Congress is on the verge of now passing a new spending cut bill that divided lawmakers, and the Trump administration is hoping to claw back money from international programs and public broadcasting.
Doug Zader has more from Washington.
Well, these cuts represent just a tiny fraction of the reductions that the Department of Government Efficiency had promised, and even this has been a tough sell here on Capitol Hill.
The yeas are 50 and the nays are 50. The Senate being equally divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative, and the motion is agreed to.
It took the tie-breaking vote of Vice President J.D. Vance to move it along, but Senate Republicans crossed some big hurdles last night.
Elmo is excited.
On the chopping block, federal funding for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, as well as foreign aid programs totaling about $9 billion.
This bill that is inspiring such hysteria in Democrats would cut just 1/10 of 1%, or 1/1000th of the federal budget.
The cuts, known as a rescissions package, are just a small part of the reductions recommended by the Department of Government Efficiency. And by targeting federal funding for organizations like National Public Radio, Democrats say Republicans are playing politics.
Come on. You defund an agency because you disagree with their editorial choices? Which country is this?
GOP leaders ultimately removed cuts for PEPFAR, the 20-year-old program to fight HIV and AIDS around the globe. That helped win over some Republicans, but others worried about the impact the public radio cuts could have on local stations. But others in the GOP say if these small cuts can't get through, what can?
Yes. I mean, this is very simple. This is a baby step.
Now, we could see a final vote on this today in the Senate. The House would then have to sign off on this by Friday, though, to get this to the president's desk. In Washington, Doug Zader, Fox News.
USC has announced layoffs to deal with a $200 million budget shortfall. The interim president pointed to federal funding cuts and fewer international students as key factors. The school plans to sell unused property, reduce executive pay, and says it's confident in a recovery. In a statement, president of USC says these measures will not be enough by themselves to reverse our structural deficit and weather the new federal environment, nor is it feasible to rely on increased tuition revenue, draw more from our endowment, or take on additional debt. He goes on to say each of these solutions would simply shift our problem onto the backs of future generations of Trojans. To deal decisively with our financial challenges, we need to transform our operating model, and that will require layoffs.